I failed to film the Maserati back on First Street. My bad. Happy Thursday, classes are done. It's weekend time.
Our song is a slam and screen door, sneaking alley, tapping on your
Unfortunately, it's a two-taker. It's approaching 1 a.m. Today was a pretty busy day. I didn't actually do a yard. Usually on a Thursday or a weekday like this, I'll get up, I'll do a yard, I'll clean up from that and then head to class. Today I just did house stuff. I got a ton of mail. I submitted. I'm working with a bunch of vendors trying to get that software for the housing authority. I submitted all of our specifications and requirements that we know of to several vendors, and I've heard back from them, and it's really obnoxious because they keep calling me. Wow, this lens is really filthy. But they keep calling me and asking for information that I don't really know. So I keep emailing the housing authority asking, like, how many users do you want to be able to use it at one time? So I get that that matters in a general sense. Is it going to be 100, 500, or 2? But they're charging like $50 per user. So there's going to be 20 users at the housing authority. It would be exceedingly rare that more than 10 are on at once, but the system should be capable of handling all 20 of them at once. So instead of $300 a month, that would be like $1,800 a month for that. Or I think it was $1,675, a weird number. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And then to buy their unlimited package would be like $2,000 a month. This is a business that has 20 employees. They're not going to be spending $2,000 a month on software to upload documents. That's just way out of their league. They don't need that. So I think it's going to be difficult to find somebody that is as basic and simplistic, yet robust enough and reliable enough to have the support and to have the uptime that they're going to need. So it's a challenge, but that's what this class is about. I was supposed to work with my group after class today to start a case assignment. It's an optional dry run case assignment. We got together with the group. Nobody has a similar schedule where we're able to sit down and work on it. So we're going to omit this first optional one, and next Tuesday we're going to meet and spend some time and hammer out the second optional one to try to get a baseline idea of where we are as he grades it and figure out what we need to do in order to actually do the one that will be scored due in 2 weeks from next Tuesday. So it's busy. We got a group of 6 people. It's really difficult to coordinate everybody, but we'll figure it out. So let's see. Went to dinner with my mom. We went to Texas Roadhouse. Came back here. Razvan, Sabrina, and Megan came over. We hung out a while. Yesterday, I was going to say in the preseason, I don't know, there's very few NBA people here because I always talk about it and there's no comments. Nobody cares. It's fine. But it was a preseason game. There's 5 or 6 preseason games every year. Really an opportunity for the coaching staff to put the new pieces that they've acquired over the summer. So this year for the Cavaliers, Kay Felder, Jordan McRae, although I think we had him last year, Mike Dunleavy and Chris Anderson, Birdman, I'm not sure, 00. Kind of put them in a lineup, see how they do, figure out who we want to keep, who we want to put on the roster, who we want to get rid of, maybe trade down to the Canton Charge or something like that, the developmental league. But it's a good opportunity to put some new names out there and see how they do. LeBron played about 5 minutes, Kyrie didn't play, Kevin Love played a little bit. Looking like we're not going to get J.R. Smith back at this point just due to tough contract negotiations. But largely the same team as last year. We sent Timofey Mozgov to, I think, the Los Angeles Lakers. That's okay. He did not perform well last season. Mo Williams retired. J.R. Smith would be the biggest loss if he doesn't sign. And then we traded Matthew Dellavedova to, I believe, the Milwaukee Bucks. So he's definitely a loss. We're weak at the point guard position behind Kyrie. So Kate Felder would be seemingly our best bet moving forwards. He's a rookie. He's new to the NBA out of Oakland from Michigan, and he's like 5'9" and 160 pounds. He's the smallest NBA guy we've had since Earl Boykins. So anyways, that was interesting. There's a couple more games left. They're fun to watch and just see some new lineups, and it doesn't matter win or lose. There's nothing out of it except the satisfaction of maybe winning, and Cleveland did win yesterday in a pretty decisive, led by 30 some odd points at one point and ended up, I don't know, winning by 10 or 20. So it's just a good opportunity for everybody to get out and spread the floor and see how it goes. So that was yesterday. Also biking yesterday, we stopped and went through Hudson High School. I had not been in there since the day I graduated. You guys probably know the feeling. You walk into a place you're familiar, you used to spend a lot of time with, an old school, an old job, an old house, an old friend's house. something where you haven't been in a long time, the first breath you take brings back every single good or bad memory you have of that place. Me being in that place, I thought it would just smell like, oh, it's high school, high school sucked. But it actually smelled like a Friday. I think my senior year, I was breezing in and out of there so much, it just got to the point where it just smelled like, hey, it's 1 o'clock, I can go home and go to the pool. But it was really weird to walk through there. Everything feels so small. It feels really elementary versus a huge state university, second in the state to, I believe, Ohio State University. Kent is ginormous, very professional feeling. And I'm sure that it will feel very elementary if I were to go and get a real job for a couple years and then go back to the university. But the high school, it felt like a little kid's school. And then we ended up going through Eastwood's elementary school, which is grades 4 and 5. And I mean, the hallways are like 5 feet wide. The railings are way down low. It's just tiny little kid school. And I remember my first day there, it felt like a high school. Everything was big and the school was way bigger and it was more complicated. It was 2 stories instead of 1. Perspective, man, it all changes. So it was cool to see that. Get a little tour of Hudson before I leave. You know, I've been here my whole life and gone through multiple schools. We have like a school for every freaking grade. High school's 4 years in one, middle school's 3 years in one. And then there's 4th and 5th grade in a building, 3rd grade has its own building, 2nd grade has its own building, 1st grade has its own building. So we were constantly moving around. They all are kind of in a campus close to downtown then, which is nice. So anyways, that was yesterday. I was too tired to talk about that last night. Tonight I'm gonna go out and do my mail, normal shit, get to bed. Tomorrow is Friday already. This week has gone by pretty quickly. May get another yard done tomorrow. I could do a little car cleanup. I noticed just parking at Kent and driving. I sit down in the car in the daytime, the sun reflects off the hood, and I just see a layer of dust on top of the hood. It's nasty. But that was today. Pretty productive day all in all. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow on Friday. Good night.